Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to Audrey Live, Thursday, September 3rd. Is it really September 3rd? Oh, my goodness. Yeah, September. We're into kids going back to school. We're into possibly some people starting back to work. Things are kind of not getting back to normal, but I guess we can kind of say we're working into that direction. Um, yeah, we're just excited to be with you today, and another wonderful sunny day. I think Thursdays is just always well, except for not last week Thursday. Actually, last week Thursday was not a great sunny day. That's right. We had that storm coming in and had all those issues with Linda, and it was a great show. And but we had a huge storm right after the show, and our hydro slash electricity. We had no power for I think it was like a good 5 hours. So we are very lucky we got through the show last week. So anyway, today we have a great lineup for you. I am so excited. Yay! Joe Rotella is on the show today. He is just an amazing person, full of energy and advice, and just always giving and being supportive. And yeah, I've only known him probably, I think maybe 4 years or so. I've known of him, of course, but personally known him for about 4 years or so. And just a great person to know, I guess, and to talk to and to create with. So we're excited to have him on the show today. And also we have Diane Agarwal, who is the owner of Rinea, on the show today. And Joe will be demonstrating some of the different products that they have. So that will be amazing. Can't wait. We also are going to be showing you a clip from Stockade at the end of the show, or at the beginning of the show. We'll figure this out. I'm not sure, just depending on our timing, about what they're up to since they've closed the doors to the walk-in to their shop that they're just doing online. So excited to see that. Anyway, if you miss any of our episodes, you could always go to our YouTube channel, which is Pin It Canada, and see it there. Any of the past shows are there. Usually by Saturday, we have the shows up there, and also any of our other Pin It Canada virtual events, and also a lot of our little mini clips that we have from the different designers and presenters and companies that they we'll put them up there as well. So you can always go and take a look if you're wondering about a certain things and just want to see that little clip, you can go there. So Corey posted a thing on Facebook for us about COVID-19. The question was, what COVID-19 change will you keep after it's all over? So we've had a couple people chime into that. So I'm just going to give you a couple of different things. But yeah, I mean, when you see that post, just kind of give us some ideas. It's kind of neat what people, what changes you will keep. So a couple of them that came up is Barry Lynn Peter said, not stretching myself so thin volunteering, picking and choosing what events to do and not doing at all. So that's one thing I kind of noticed too. When COVID kind of hit, it was like you couldn't do anything. At first, I think I kind of went into withdrawals because I do a lot of volunteering in our community, in our schools, in our church, and doing fundraisers and stuff like that. So it was a little bit of a wake up call, but yeah, maybe not taking on quite so much. It's a good idea. Rhonda says working from home, she's going to continue working at home. Robin says shaking hands for sure, and hugging anyone not in her family or best friend bubble. So that's, I mean, some people are probably going to be an extra careful with things like that. So Deb Antonick, social distancing, I think that it becoming so commonplace for her that plus I never like crowds anyway. So social distancing is still a good thing. Linda Hollander said not a thing. Not a thing. She's not going to keep anything. So that's kind of neat too. Georgia, I just love this one. She just piped in saying, never eat birthday cake that has candles blown out on it. Yeah, we had a birthday here about a month or so ago, and we didn't put candles on the cake. We just kind of sang and then cut the cake. It was like, you know what? I don't think we want to do that. So, yeah, that's one thing that definitely perhaps would be something that you don't want to do anymore. So, speaking of Corey, my daughter Corey, we are very excited that she is back home. Yeah, Corey, like I have somebody right here with me. It's amazing.
Hi!
Oh,
안녕하세요!
so wonderful to have her back with us and here in Canada. So maybe Corey, you can tell them where have you been and what's been going on over the last year.
So this last year, I've been living in Cheongju, South Korea, and I've been teaching English. So it's been really good. Yeah. I taught English to kindergartens from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. So Korean age 5 to 7. And in the afternoons, I did an academy from age 8 to 16. It was a lot of fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So what was the travel for you? Because I know it's a long trip. 14 hours, 13 hours, something like
that. Yeah, 13 hours and 10 minutes.
Trip. So what did the trip look like? Just so people who haven't traveled yet kind of know what that's all about.
Yeah, so on my plane, we were seated every other person. So I didn't have anyone beside me. We're all social distanced. We couldn't take off our masks except for at meal times. And one person at a time get up for the bathroom. So you had to wait in your seat until someone came out of the bathroom to be able to go in. The stewardesses were washing down the washrooms and wiping things down as they went the whole trip. So yeah, it was very, I felt very safe on the flight. Yeah, it was really good.
Good. Yeah, that's a long flight.
Yes.
Like, even like a 2 or 3 or 4 hour flight. But yeah, 13 and a half hours is a long flight.
Yeah, it was.
Maybe you can just tell the people briefly what were your highlights as you were over there.
Well, I did so much traveling while I was over there. And for any of you that were following me on Facebook and Instagram, I know a lot of you are commenting, and thank you for that. I did a lot of traveling. Two of my favorite places and favorite things that I did a lot of hiking there, and I got to hike 2 of the tallest mountains in Korea. So I made it to the peak of the tallest on mainland Korea, called Mount Soroksen. It was really neat to see the top and see the peak. And then my other favorite trip was to Jeju Island. I went twice. The first time I hiked Mount Halasan, and it is the tallest mountain in all of Korea, but it is on an island, so it's not on mainland Korea. And I didn't make it to the top of that because there was a blizzard. So,
wow.
Yeah.
So, you normally think of it being warm and hot because this last couple months has been extremely hot, but so they get a little bit of snow as well.
They get a little bit of snow, and on the top of the mountain you get a lot of snow. So yeah, and then my second trip to Jeju was beaches and really enjoying the island. So
perfect.
It was good. Yeah.
You would think people would know by now. Between 1 and 2. Oh, it's an 800 number. They don't know. And I think one of the other highlights was maybe when I came. Don't you think? I would think. We had a great time.
We had a really good time. Yeah. We went to a beach town called Busan. We went to Seoul, the capital of Korea. So yeah, we had an amazing time.
It was amazing. It was really nice. Anyway, we are happy to have you back. We're so happy. I mean, we're still in quarantine here. We still have, I think, 10 days left of our self-isolation at home. So it's just Peter, myself, and Corey, and our daughter Tinika is bringing us groceries. I think she's going to get really tired of us after the 2 weeks of all our orders.
She's going to tell me to go back to Korea.
But so you'll be seeing more of Corey, and she'll be working with me with some of the new things that we're working on, the Audrey live show, all our social media, some of the virtual shows. So make sure you reach out to her and email her as well. So thank you, Corey.
Thank you
for being back.
See you all later. Bye.
So that's something that's really special and new here for us. So we're excited to have Corey back and to have her working with us in the office here part-time, and Ashley looks for a full-time job somewhere, but for now this is working out perfectly. So today I'm so excited. Oh my goodness, we have two fabulous guests with us today. Our first guest is Joe Rotella. Joe is from Columbus, Ohio, and he is the founder and creative director of Create and Craft. Joe's work has appeared in Scrap and Stamp Art, Just, Steampunk, and the Somerset Studio Gallery magazines. He's filled several television segments, including Crafting at the Spotted Canary and Scrapbook Soup TV. Sorry. He is a regular participant in Creative Jumpstart and also a regular guest on Make It Artsy, airing nationally on PBS TV and Creative TV. He also teaches workshops and seminars at AFCI Creativation, Art Escape, Stampaway, and Gen Con. Maybe you can give that. That was my mother calling, so I apologize.
Can you pass me the phone?
No, use your cell phone. Yeah. Sorry, life goes on, and I know my mother wants to see the show, so obviously she can't get on that. She's calling for Corey to help her get on the show. Also, we have Diane Agarwal, and Diane is the owner of Rinea in Austin, Texas. She is an Army brat and grew up with a German mother who introduced her to this amazing foil paper and the art of making beautiful ornaments with it. She has been making holiday stars for friends and family with it ever since she can remember. And she always dreamed of sharing it with everybody. She is learning so much about new ways to use the Rinea foil paper for crafting, scrapbooking, and home decor. Welcome, Joe and Diane. This is so exciting.
Hey, Audrey, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you.
Oh, cool.
Diane.
It worked. All
It
this
worked.
technology is working.
Yay.
Can't believe it.
And I can hear Diane. This is fabulous. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being with us today on Audrey Live. What a great opportunity for me to have both of you with us here live and just to learn a little bit about yourselves and about the products that you use. So maybe Joe, you can just share with us a little bit about yourself and maybe how you got into being creative in the creative art industry.
Well, my mom was always crafty, and she had me late in life. She was 42. So we went through every craft you can imagine. She crocheted. I don't know if you can see behind me, I have a Big Brother knitting machine. I have cutting machines. I mean, macrame, you name it, we did it. But for college, I went down the engineering path. So I worked for Bell Labs for 16 years. Then I worked now for a software company. And believe it or not, I got started because there was a contest in Somerset magazine to make something with a spinner. And I thought, oh, I could do that. And I thought, oh, everybody's going to make a card that spins. And that doesn't seem very fun. So I thought, oh, I'll put a spinner in a shadow box and I'll put it in a little cigar box and it'll spin. And then that got bigger and bigger. And pretty soon, let me grab it. So you're going to get to see my messy house. I didn't plan on grabbing this, but I thought, oh, I can make a shadow box and it can spin and it can have gears and it can have lights. And so I made a steampunk time machine.
Oh my.
So can you see?
Oh my, look at that.
Let me get rid of this lower third thing if I can.
There you go. Yeah, we're good.
So this was my time machine. And when you open it up, it has lights that flash.
Oh, wow.
And the whole idea was you set the dial and then you turn, I can't find, working backwards is hard. You turn the little crank and it spins.
There it goes. Oh, awesome.
And the little guy has a chair to sit on and he has a little toolbox and the blueprints for the machine and he's making repairs. So we sent it in and I never heard from them. So I told my partner, Joe Morgan, we can't subscribe to this magazine anymore. I don't want to see the house. But then they end up calling and said, hey, and then we saw the winners, which were all cards. That was a bummer. But then they called and they ended up putting it in the Steampunk or the Somerset Gallery magazine, the studio.
Wow.
And then I went to AFCI and met all kinds of cool folks like Diane, and I got to play with all her amazing, I have a mess here, Audrey, because I can't fit all the
Somehow that doesn't
goodness.
surprise me, Joe. That
I
doesn't
can't
surprise.
fit.
Does that surprise you,
Look,
Diane?
look at these gorgeous colors. Look at all this color. So I met Diane, and then I started playing with foiled paper because everything I can do with metal, I can do with the paper, but easier.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have to wear a welder's helmet or something. So that was it. And then
Very
Diane's been
cool.
trouble ever since. She's even come visit me in Columbus, Ohio, haven't you, Diane?
I hooked him in.
You hooked him in. And Diane, how did you get into this business? Like, what was your journey with getting into a foiled paper business?
My journey started with these little guys right here.
Ah,
My mother learned how to make these in school from the nuns in Germany.
wow.
And then my dad was in the military and they met overseas. And then I was born, and I love this paper because I've been playing with it ever since I was a little one. But coming to the States, couldn't find it here, couldn't get it here. What do? So I had family ship it to me for years. And then when that got old and my kids were getting older, I decided to start a business and bring it here.
Oh.
I've been pushing my paper ever since because I love it.
Perfect. So what makes that paper different than maybe some of the other foil papers out there?
Okay, I'm going to do this right off from the bat. This is paper with foil on both sides. It's sandwiched in between. So I'm going to bring this up to the mic so you can hear it because I can tear this.
Wow.
So anything that you can do with paper, you can do with this. But the thing is that it holds its shape. I'm taking all the fun away from Joe.
I was going to say, I have nothing left because all I was going to do is show how to tear it. So I'm going to go eat lunch, and then we're all done. Is it bad that 2 days ago, Audrey was like, talk to you Thursday? I was like, this Thursday? Is it really this Thursday? You're kidding me. And Audrey was like, hello.
2 days. Yeah, you thought it was like a week or so from now. You're just like, anyway, we are all ready and we're ready to go. So, so what have you guys been doing maybe during this time that now we're all home? Like we're not traveling, we're not going places. So what have you been doing, Joe, to keep you busy? I know you're busy.
Well, Joe and I, because normally we are getting ready for Gen Con, the big gaming event this summer.
Yes, that's huge.
And Diane was supposed to come out, and we teach about 1,200 folks 42 crafty workshops in 3 days.
Now explain to people what Gen Con is, because some people might not know what that is.
It is the largest gaming event in the world, but it's board games. So like Dungeons and Dragons and Magic the Gathering. But for folks who aren't into gaming or want to take a break from the gaming, they have about 600 non-gaming classes.
Wow.
And a couple hundred of them are crafting. So we make dice towers and Doctor Who lamps. I have some behind me somewhere, and jewelry and cosplay stuff. And we've done Doctor Who clocks and Doctor Who albums and Star Wars BB-8 clocks. And we just have a great time. The folks are wonderful. But since we're not getting 1,200 kits together, we've done tons of home projects like replanking our deck and things like that. And then my big news is, let's see if I can show you. I didn't expect to get up so much. Thank God I changed out of my pajamas. Let's see if I show.
Thank goodness you have shorts on, Joe.
It's true too. My sister's on, and my sister doesn't even know this. I haven't even told her this. But if I showed you this, does this give you an idea of what we're doing this weekend? Can you tell?
Oh.
We're getting up, puppy.
Oh.
Wow.
So I went toy shopping.
Going to see dinosaurs?
I went toy shopping, and you would not believe what I'm like buying toys for a dog that we don't even have yet. Let's just say several stores made their quota for the day because I was like, oh, this is cute. This is cute. This is cute. Oh, we need 2 beds, 3 beds. What about this? So if all goes well, I think we're getting a puppy.
Oh, good. That's exciting. How about you, Diane? What have you been doing to keep yourself busy?
Really, trying to clean up my house because I used to do a lot of traveling to different shows, and I have samples all over the place. And we also introduced some new colors this year. So I needed to get other products ready, variety packs and such. So really keeping busy, you know, behind the scenes yeah, basically. So
Good,
Mhm.
good. Awesome. So
I
Joe,
don't
what are you?
like Joe.
No, no new animals around here either. We're okay. We got my daughter back, so you know. So Joe, what are you going to show us today?
You know, Diane and I are going to try something different. I think, let me see if I can switch cams. Let's try this. How'd that? Did a
That's good.
camera
And I'm
switch?
going to pin you or make you the large one, and we're just on the side here.
Now, that's only because you saw from the waist down. You wouldn't say that I was the large one if I sat in this chair. That's unfair. Diane, stick up for me.
I mean, everybody will see you, and only when we talk, I believe.
So we're good. You should see my
We're good.
desktop.
Yes,
So
you're good.
this, I love this paper. As you can see, I have like stacks of it. And the thing is, you can do so many amazing things, and it comes in so many beautiful colors. I thought what we would do is I'm going to show you all kinds of different techniques. And then when I come up with a technique, Diane is going to show you something we made with that technique.
Perfect. That sounds awesome.
So the first one I have, though, she didn't expect. So she has to just hang on for a second. This is where Diane's going to kill me because she's very structured. I'm not as structured. I have to make Christmas cards. And so can you believe last year I sent out cards and then people commented, I got your card. I can't believe you didn't make it by hand. I was like, oh, sweetie, I send like 300. I can't make 300 cards by hand, but we're going to make a card. So I printed this out and then I used my electronic cutting machine to just cut out these circles for the little ornaments. And I want to try something different that I haven't done before. So we're going to see. So I have now just a little card with an ornament, and I have this beautiful red. I don't know what color this is officially, Diane, because I'm sure this has a name. This beautiful red color. And then in the spirit of COVID and how the virus can spread, we're going to work with glitter, which means it's going to go everywhere in my office, and I'm going to blame Audrey on it. So I'm just taking a little scrap of the paper, and I'm going to put on some double-sided adhesive tape. This is Score Tape brand. It's my favorite. It sticks beautiful to the foil. And then let's get some glitter going because everything is better with glitter. And I want to just see, can we make a card in like 2 minutes? So all I'm going to do, and you can see I use a pin. So this is a neat little trick. If you don't do this, I love Score Tape because you can tear it just like the paper. So I tear it off the top. I'm going to dump some glitter on there, go all over my office. And we're going to press it in. And then I'm going to shake it off. And then because it's always better to have 2 colors of glitter because it makes even more of a mess.
Now I'm live there.
We'll get one more tray of glitter out here. Everybody's still with me, right? So
Yeah.
I think I could make 300 of these. I'm down by 1 right now. This is 1 done. So I'm going to just put some other color on here. This is gold.
There.
And I love these little trays. So how's that? Shake it off, brush off the excess. So now I have just a piece of paper and glitter on my keyboard. So that's going to be exciting as the day goes on, don't you think? I've got this wonderful.
For sure. We all love glitter. I think it doesn't matter who does crafting. Everybody loves glitter.
So you don't even need scissors. I'm going to tear this silver, fold it in half to give us a nice clean line. Go to the back of my card, and I've got some tape. Now this is very similar kind of to iris folding, which my sister does a ton of. So I taped on the silver. Now all I got to do is tape on this piece of red back here. And once I get the glitter out of my keyboard and in my hair, Audrey, I'm going to be sparkling. There you go. We
That's
made the
great.
front of a card in a minute.
Wow, amazing.
And the glitter looks great on the paper. But this works great with iris folding because it is so thin. It folds so beautifully and you'd get a ton of sparkle. Look at that. That sparkle. I don't know which camera I'm supposed to hold it up to, Audrey. Look how confused you have me.
Nope, that's perfect right there. Just every time I talk, then I get on. So I'm trying to just let you show what you're doing there. So awesome.
But Diane, I think, can show us a iris fold card, which is a similar kind of technique. Just
Okay,
putting
so
paper behind an opening.
I'm going to put Diane on the screen now. There
Okay.
you go, Diane.
All right. So what I'm doing now is I've got some samples here and I am not on the screen. There we are. No, there we are. So I wanted to show you a couple of these from his sister. They're gorgeous. I pulled out only Christmas ones right now because it's, you know, in the spirit of the holidays like Joe was doing. And this one has where you can see it's folded 3 different ways on these lights. There we go. And so here, and she likes, I have 2 different textures of paper. I have what we call a glossy, which is, it is a solid color on one side. And it has, let's get the blue here, and it has gold on the back side. And then we have something called Starstruck, which is the same color on both sides. And she likes to use the Starstruck. It really has a nice fold and the little stars give it even more texture. And then she put the glossy on the top of the stockings on this one. So let's see if I can bring this up a little and you can see that. I know, you know, foil is great. It's not a really good friend of the camera, you know, because of the shine and the glare, but we're going to try and make this work here. Yeah.
It looks beautiful, Diane. Just gorgeous.
Thank
Beautiful
you.
cards.
So should we do another technique and see how many we can squeeze in?
There we go. And I think we forgot to mention that there will be a door prize today. So if anybody, you know, would like to be in on that door prize, they have to comment or ask questions. And here, I'll pin you, Joe, and then you can.
Uh-oh. Every time you say that, Audrey, I'm not quite sure what to expect. Okay, so you saw that it tears beautifully. We don't even have to have a pair of scissors. But
Right.
the other thing it does beautifully is embosses. So I have a cute, look at this, the cute little easy cuts. Look at that. I can't figure out how to work my camera. There we go. I'm used to a front-facing camera. So here, this is the easy cuts, and it's just an adorable little embossing folder. So I want to show you, this is just a plain piece of I love this color, by the way. This sort of green blue looks so beautiful if you're doing anything kind of ocean related. But I'm going to put it inside an embossing folder and make my little sandwich.
And that's turquoise, by the way.
Turquoise. I never know the names. So when I talk to Diane, I'm like, you know that pretty blue color? So look, we take it out of the embossing folder and look at that gorgeous pattern. I think that's spectacular how it embosses. So very easy to emboss. Now remember, if you want to win one of these prizes, got to be commenting. But you know, you don't have to use an embossing folder. We were at Gen Con and somebody came up to us and showed a pattern in their paper. And both Diane and I were like, where did you get that pattern? We don't have any of those patterns here in the room. So they took their paper, they rolled it, creased it, opened it up, and then they just rolled it in the opposite direction. See if I can roll. Creased it. And when they unfolded it, they had made their own embossing pattern just by rolling and folding in 2 different directions. How cool is that?
Wow.
Now, because it's embossed and it's metal, remember Diane told you it really is metal. Look at this color. This is my favorite. I love this purple. Purple's my favorite color. Because it's metal, you can sand it.
It's funny, Joe, you say it's purple, but when you kind of move it with the camera, it almost looks blue.
Yeah, look at that when you
Look
tilt
at
it at
that.
that angle.
Very cool. I love it. I have a question. Somebody asked, is there a tension on that easy cut embosser?
The only way you get the tension on this thing is by how thick you make your sandwich. So, you know, like if this wasn't thick enough, you could add a piece of paper between it or add another piece of plexiglass. But the 2 plates alone work great with the foil, but it's real tiny. I mean, look how tiny this is. You know, it's cute as a button. Now we sanded plain paper. What if we sand one that's been embossed? Now we can take the color off just the top layer and kind of really highlight where we've embossed it. Is that coming out okay in the camera? Look at that.
Yeah, it looks awesome. I love it.
And you know, you don't really need an embossing folder at all. You don't even need to fold it at all because, you know, you can just take it and totally trash it. I always feel like a magician when I do this part because some people are like, oh, but you just unroll, take your time and you get a really cool distress technique, which can also be sanded. And I'll show you a sample. Let me show you a project. This you can see on the TV show, and then I'm going to let Diane show projects. But we took a plain old frame. And then if you watch Make It Artsy, I love me some power tools. I just cut little plain strips of wood, all different thicknesses and heights. And then I painted them solid black. And then I painted them with Plaid's paint, brushed metal. So you see that sort of metal look on these pieces? Let me show you what it looks like when you put the whole thing together and you add the foiled paper. It makes an amazing industrial frame. Maybe this way. You see all the different heights and thicknesses, and some paper's been wrinkled and sanded, some has just been left plain, but that's just glued on.
And what were those pieces again, Joe?
Of the wood, they're just little pieces of balsa wood. But when you cut them all different lengths, and the wood, sometimes you stand it up so it's thin, sometimes you lay it down, that's what you get. But I love this frame.
I think everybody loves that frame.
Yeah, and what an easy technique. So you can see here, I put a piece of plain wood around it, but I love it against that brushed metal paint because it's so industrial, and yet you have all the colors from all the foiled paper. That handsome guy's Joe Morgan. That's my partner wearing a Weldon hat.
I was just going to say, that's that handsome Joe Morgan there.
That's him. But Diane, you have other where we crinkled and wrinkled and applied, I think.
I have several things, actually. I have, because you went through several different techniques there, Joe. I wanted to show you, like you said, you don't need to have any kind of embossing folder because this picks up the design. I'm just pressing with my finger right now. Let's see, I can't get the camera down there. It just picks up the design. I'm just pushing down on this. And you can use either side of this sheet. So that's one thing. And then you were talking about sanding. I have different samples here of cards. I have one right here where it was just a really rough sanded look, and then she tore the edges of the paper to make it really look distressed on this card. And then on this card, she used a wooden dowel, a thin dowel that you would get at your lumber store, hardware store. And she ran that through one of those embossing machines because it's real thin with a piece of paper, and then she sanded it. So it just has this gorgeous look on here. And then this one is sanded. It was run through the embossing folder to make it look like metal. And then she sanded it, and then she tore the edge up here also. So, I mean, there's just so much you can do. I have, let's see, I have the crinkly look on, well, I didn't want to pull these out yet, but I'll show you one design here. Joe made these.
I was going to say, that's so beautiful. Who made that, Diane? And where can people see how to make that whole project?
Well, Joe made this on Make It Artsy. And, but I also have the videos on our YouTube channel. And if you go to our website on the blog, Rinea.com, and there's a link also to the YouTube channel from our website. But this is the crinkly look. And what's inside is a googly eye. He covered it up. He crinkled the black, and then he covered it up to make the flower.
And the cool thing about those petals, the metal keeps it, the foil keeps its shape. But to make them really sturdy, that's felt. We cut a piece of felt in the shape of the petal. Then you put hot glue to make the ribbing of the leaves. I think it's called ribbing, you know, that stuff?
The veins.
The veins, yeah. And then you put the foil paper over it, and the ribbing shows through. And then I took that felt and I dipped it in fabric stiffener and let it dry over a cereal bowl. And that gave all the petals its shape. That's a big piece. It's hard to tell on camera, but I bet that's more than a foot across, because I think the googly eye is 4 inches.
Yes. But you can really see the veins here on these leaves with the hot glue.
You know what's cool is, for me, my partner and I, Joe and I, were at a Mexican restaurant, and they had a lot of that metal work on the wall, like these giant flowers and birds, but they're made out of real metal and soldered or welded, I guess. And I saw it and thought, I can do this with Rinea foiled paper, and I don't need anything but a hot glue gun. So that's where that came from. Does that make sense?
Joe, you made this other project, and you have so many different techniques on here. That folding technique that you just did, you have a piece of it right here on the clock. It's this green one right here. So I'll come back to this to show you all the different things, but this one here has been embossed. This one, the Queen of Hearts, was embossed. And I'm trying to see if, I think the silver down here was sanded because I see lines on it. So,
you know, this, if any of you out there are in a store, or you know, a teacher out there, this is a great project, and it's good for you at home, because what you do is play with all the techniques. And I bet if you asked Diane nicely, she would send you, I'm not sure if I'm on or Diane's on, but she would send you this piece of paper, which is a whole sheet of just techniques. So what you do is play with every technique. And when you're all done, you'll have this big pile of stuff with all different techniques. All I did was cut it into rectangles and squares, put it on a piece of black poster board, and then layer them with foam dots. And that makes your clock.
We have a couple of questions here, so I'm just going to quickly put them out. Somebody said, where can you purchase it? And is it available to anybody? Like if somebody goes to your website, they can order it and you ship all over the world?
Yes, I have a website that you can order from directly, Rinea.com, Rinea.com. I also sell to stores. So if there are any stores watching and would like to carry the product, they can contact me directly as well. But yeah, I ship all over. And this might be a good time to talk about the actual product, because we have, I don't know, do we want to talk about the prize?
Sure.
Right now.
Just one more question. Somebody was asking, let me see if I can find it here. How can you buy it? Can you buy it by the yard? So this is perfect that you have it now. How they can buy it? Is it buy a package, like in multiples, or how can you purchase the product?
I'm gonna move my camera up just a little so that you can see the actual. These are 6 by 12-inch pieces. And these packs here are 6 by 12, and you get 12 sheets in here. And I also have 4 by 6s if you're an avid card maker and prefer them already pre-cut. And there's also 12 in here. And the sticker on the bottom will tell you that you get 3 colors. You get 2 Starstruck and 2 Glossy of 3 colors, which makes up 12. Now, Joe was talking about Christmas cards earlier. If you're interested and all you want is, say, this green or the red that he used on that card, and I think that was the star, you used the Starstruck, I think, right, Joe?
I think on that one. Yep.
Uh-huh. Here.
But you know, ornaments come in every color, so you should just get all 30. Aren't there 30 colors? Like
There are
plain and starburst, starstruck.
There are 15 colors now, because we came out with our 3. We got 2 blues. We got the white, the Arctic, and we have the Merlot now. And all of that will make 18 colors times 2, because we have it in the Glossy and in the Starstruck. So yeah, it's great to get all the colors. So the variety packs are great because they focus on certain colors. But like I was saying before, you can get individual packs like this green here. You have, let's see, we have Starstruck here of the emerald, and we have Glossy Ruby here. And the Ruby, because it's glossy, has gold on the back. And the Starstruck, like I showed you before, has the same color. But you get 12 sheets. And that way you can focus on cutting them or using them any way you want for your Christmas cards if you were looking for a specific color. Anybody can email me at Diane@Rinea.com, DIANE, if there are any questions about colors that I'm not covering right now. But we have such a big variety of different colors and variety packs. So
I can show them why they need every shade.
Yes, please. Please.
Also, they ask if the colors are very vibrant, and is this foil magnetic by any chance?
Magnetic. You know,
I don't think so. I've played with that.
Because it's aluminum.
Right, and aluminum is not magnetic.
Yeah. So, but
oh, Lynn, do you carry any foil that's self-adhering? So Lynn, it's not self-adhering, but let me show you what I did to make it self-adhering. Let's see, where do I have let me get another piece here. So this was just on Make It Artsy. Lynn knows Make It Artsy really well. I like 3D stuff. So can you see my desktop? I don't know where we are, Audrey.
I just pinned you, so now you're good.
Pinned me again.
I pinned you again. Yes.
I love it when you do that. So here I just started with I'm not a card maker and I am definitely not a scrapbooker, but I like 3D stuff. So I took a piece of wood, right? You could use a piece of wood and painted it completely black. Then I rubbed the back with a white chalk pencil of a printout that I did or a drawing. You could use a coloring book page. And then when you press on the lines, what it does is it transfers the white powder to the surface. So everybody got that so far. Plain piece of wood, painted it black, printed out a design, drew it by hand, rubbed white chalk all over the back, flipped it over. This is a great way to transfer a picture, right? Everybody got that so far. Then I took double-sided adhesive. It comes in sheets. Remember, score tape is my favorite. And I applied a whole sheet of it to the block of wood. So what you're left with is a very sticky block of wood, right? Then you can start to apply the foil. This is embossed, that heart. I cut it out on a cutting machine. You can cut out all the rays on a cutting machine. When I was done, I used little scraps to mosaic and then poured glitter over the whole thing. And you end up with a metal mosaic piece with tons of sparkle without any work. And if you really, really, really like mosaicing, look at this dragonfly. That's little scraps and all the shades of green, all the shades of blue. And I just tore pieces, put it on. It's stuck on the double-sided adhesive. When I was done, the grout is glitter. So this is like a metal tile mosaic, but it's foiled paper.
I love it.
And it's glitter for the grout. But look at how the different shades of green, some of it is, I call it starburst. I know starburst isn't right. Diane's going to kill me.
Starstruck paper?
Starstruck. I use starstruck on some. I use plain on some. But that's making a mosaic, and it's with scraps. So this is why you need every shade of green and every shade of blue. And these, every shade of blue. But
now somebody did ask, can you cut it with a circuit cutter?
Well, with a Cricut. Oh, this was all cut on a cutting machine.
Cricut. It says circuit, but I'm pretty sure they said Cricut.
Yeah, because look, let me show you how easy it cuts. My desk is a mess. I'm never going to be able to work here today. So I could show you a cool Diane. So Diane, talk to them for a minute. I want to get another cool tool. I'll be right back.
Okay. I'm going to show you something that we haven't really covered yet, and that is taking pieces that you have embossed. And I have one piece here that is glossy and one that is starstruck. It's the same embossing folder. I ran it through at the exact same time. And so I have the same design on both of them. And this card also has that same design. But you can take any of, because I don't think that Joe's too much into coloring. So I thought I'd pull this out to show you all. But you can just go in and, like a coloring book, you can start coloring this with alcohol markers. Any alcohol markers will do. And you can make it bright like this, or you can do a pastel. But, and this then was cut out with a die here, the hello. So I just wanted to show that to you.
I love it.
And then Joe does use alcohol ink, and that was one of the things he did on here. He used alcohol ink and dabbed it onto the foil. And so this came out with all these shades of pinks and purples and blues on here. And I think there's some black on there too. I mean, it was just, I just love this thing. I love this clock. So much fun.
You know, Annie asked a good question. Would you seal them afterwards? You know, you could use a spray seal if you wanted, but remember the alcohol ink is only going to react if alcohol hits it. So unless you're throwing tequila shots at it, I wouldn't bother to seal it.
Right. I can rub this all day long and nothing is coming off. That's the thing. This is non-porous. It's not soaking in. So a regular paint takes a little longer to dry, which you can use. But the alcohol, I just colored this. It's on there. It's not coming off. So I wouldn't worry about it at all. Mm-mm.
We're down to about 5 minutes here.
Oh,
so
let me
Joe-
show you a couple quick things.
Okay.
First of all, we said we could cut it on a cutting machine. I want to do a quick shout out. This is my new cool toy. I met 2 college students back in January who started their own company. It's called Ergo, E-R-G-O, Ergo Kiwi. They make the most beautiful craft knife I've ever seen. And you can get it in all sorts of beautiful exotic woods. And this is a little magnetic latch that opens up. And you slide the knife in and then close it. But this is craftsmanship right here. So forget holding those horrible knives, which is the one I'm going to show you right now, is one that I hold, which is horrible. But in terms of cutting, a cutting machine cuts this just like butter because, look what the knife does. Cuts beautifully. But what we haven't shown you, and I have to squeeze in, is this is magic. This is ghost ink. And we can take ghost ink, you could stamp on it. What ghost ink does is remove the pigment from the metal. So you can use it to distress, and little by little, it'll start coming off. I'm not a big stamper, but I love messy. So it comes in a liquid too. And then all we have to do is put on a few drops. I should have shook this first. Let it sit a little bit, and then it'll go down to the raw metal. Once we're down to raw metal, we can color it with alcohol inks, anything we want. So you could distress it, or you can just start taking color off. Now the black is a hard one, but it's coming off.
Well,
see how I got down to silver there?
Mm-hmm. I can show you here. I crinkled this piece and then I wiped it on, and on the parts that are raised, it just came right off. So this is just using the ghost ink on a piece that I crinkled up. You can even put, go ahead.
Here's what I want you to make. This is a challenge. This is on auction right now at an art site that I go to. And it's metal squares that they've been distressed, and then they added metal on top. That's it. You could do this with Rinea and cardboard. I would put poster board behind it. I would take the black and just distress it, then use alcohol ink. And look at that piece of art that probably takes forever to do in metal. I would do it in foiled paper, and I think it's spectacular. So my next project is to do something like that.
That looks beautiful. Well, I think we have been given so much information today and just so many different uses. Diane, maybe you can bring it so we can see your beautiful face there. And just thank you so much for all these ideas, Joe and Diane, and how to use the product. Like it doesn't matter where you're a mixed media or a scrapbooker or a card maker or a painter. Like it's unlimited to what you certainly can do with this product. That's just incredible. I love it.
Absolutely.
Should we do a prize?
And I think we should do a prize. What do you think?
Yes.
Okay, Corey, what's our first prize? What's our prize, Diane?
The prize is a $50 gift certificate.
Ooh.
So they can go shopping on the website and pick out any products they want. There's the ghost ink. I didn't even show you that we have dyes that make those stars. So you just run those through.
Oh.
Stars, make some flowers. You can make gorgeous hyacinth flowers with it.
Amazing.
So much that you can pick from on the website, but it's
Perfect.
a $50 certificate.
Awesome. Good. Well, Corey's kind of done a rolling of all the people who have commented and stuff like that. So our first winner is Deborah Cole. So Deborah Cole, I will contact you after the show. Congratulations, and get your information, and I'll send it off to Diane so she can give you that wonderful gift of the $50 gift certificate. So thank you so much.
Could we do one more? How about a 25? Just because people are so nice.
Oh my goodness.
Please, because people are so
Joe!
nice. People are so nice.
I'll do
You
What?
do for Joe.
I'll do another 50.
Another 50. And you get a prize, and you get a prize, and you get a prize. This is like, is that Oprah, or is it, I don't know who does that show.
All right, Corey, we need another prize. Let's see.
Another name.
Another name.
Oh, but they have to promise they'll post a picture of it. And like your Facebook page, make them work. I think they should work.
Yes.
You
Come
got to
on.
work it, baby. Work it.
Okay, let's see. Corey's got another one for me, and it's Marg Renton. Marg Renton. Congratulations, Marg, our second winner. And that's just incredible. It's been just a fabulous show. And we have the website for Diane and for Joe. We'll make sure that we put everything on our feed as well. And we have got to do this again. We just did not have enough time to probably show everything.
Right. And it would be nice to maybe go into some of these in a little more depth, because I'm sure we overwhelmed everybody. I mean, there's just so much that you can do.
Diane, can you make your tip sheet, your technique sheet someplace?
Yeah, actually, we can put it on her, we can put it on Audrey Live's Facebook page.
Perfect. And just for everybody to know, Diane and Rinea will be on our special Pin It Canada live virtual event, October 23rd and 24th. So you can see a lot more of things that you can do with the product. So that's great. Diane's confirmed being on our show that day, and Joe's showing a card.
Make this card. Make this card. I should put the template up on your page, because people who have a scan and cut can scan it, cut it, and these make fast. So
perfect.
We can do that.
Well, thank you again, Joe. Thank you, Diane, for being on the show. It's been a pleasure, and we certainly will do it again very soon. So
thank you, Audrey. Thanks, Diane.
Thank you, Joe.
All right. Bye-bye. There we go. Oh, that was just way too much fun. I think we all had a blast today. That was, it's always great to have Joe, and he's just a wonderful artist and a wonderful person. And Diane is so giving of all her ideas. I just can't believe I'm going to have to go back and watch the show again, just so that I can see all the different things that you can do with that amazing paper. So thank you again, Diane and Joe, for being on the show. Now we still have that special video from Stockade that I want to show you about what they've been up to. So this is just a little sneak peek into Stockade, and yeah, enjoy. was great. They have so much available. That's Stockade in Guelph, and they ship all over the place. And also we just got wonderful giveaways today. They have sent me a door prize of all different items valued to $150. And the winner of that door prize is Ann Benny. So Ann Benny, we will be getting that door prize off to you. Thank you, Stockade, for being so supportive to us as Coast to Coast, and to Audrey Live, and to also so many people that teach or that have studios or shops that get products from you. You've just been a great support to the Canadian artists, so thank you. Just a quick, I know we're going over, but there's just so much going on right now. Just wanted to mention again that our special 2-hour live on Thursday, September 17th, to celebrate the Art Waves West show. Our list just keeps growing. We have Tammy Jackson, Tracy Moreau, Donna Duvall, Kim Evans from Emerald Creek, Manny from DeGlow's Den, Deb Cotton, Cindy Ohama, Deb Mishima, and I'm sure a few more. So it is going to be a jam-packed show full of creativity, specials, and just a lot of fun. So make sure you tune into that. And also, as we mentioned earlier, that our Pin Canada live virtual event, our second one, will be October 23rd and 24th. You do not want to miss that. It will be from noon till 4 or 5 o'clock, depending on how long we end up going. So that again will be just nonstop crafting, and we've got some amazing lineup of businesses and designers and products already. We're over 50% full. So if you are interested in being on the show, you're a designer or you're a manufacturer or a studio or a shop owner, and you want to show what you do or your products, please contact me so I can get you the information to make sure that we get you part of that special 2-day event. So yeah, I think that's it. I'm going to stay on Facebook for a little bit yet, just if there's any other questions or comments. Just want to mention too, if you have any suggestions for future shows, maybe, who you'd like to see on the show or products you'd like to see on the show, let us know. We're working right now on our fall schedule, and then on our winter schedule. We are going to do this. We're enjoying it, and I think you're enjoying it too. So we'll continue to bring Audrey Live to you every week. And again, if you have missed the show or you came in late, it will be up on YouTube by Saturday. Corey's home now, so we'll get it up hopefully by tomorrow or Saturday, or you can always watch it, a replay on Facebook as well. So thank you so much. Everybody take care of yourself, take care of each other, and we will see you next week on Audrey Live. Oh, our guest next week. Oh, my, almost forgot our guest. Where is it? Next week, we have Angela Fair. She is from British Columbia, Ontario, or British Columbia, Canada. I am so sorry. She's an amazing watercolor artist, and she will be live with us next week. And perhaps, well, you never know. We might have something else for you as well. So thank you for watching, and have a great week. From Audrey at Audrey Live. Bye-bye.